In this L2 data mapping video, I'm going to go through the process of matching an address-only file back to one of our databases. In this case, the voter file in California, but this is good for any database or application within L2's system. So right now, I'm going to first load the file. I'm going to go to the upper right-hand corner here, and what you could see is a match name address file icon. Click on it. It'll give you some instructions on top, and it will also show you a name and address match, which is shown in another video. In this case, we're going to go to the address-only matches, click on reverse address lookup, and then it's going to give you the parameters of what you need. First is that the header row must be the first line in the file. It gives you accepted file types, the max file size of 200 MB, and then says required identifying fields, which is address line and zip, and or extra address line. Extra address line is something you can include extra, like an apartment number or something else to be more specific. Well, in this case, what we're going to do is load the very basic file, and I've got it right here. It's called address file load, and you can see we've got address line is the header here, zip is the header here, and capital A and L in address line and capital Z in zip, and you can see all the addresses laid out. What I'm then going to do is save this file just one more time just to make sure it's all in the right spot. It's in the desktop. Okay, good. So we'll save it, replace the existing file, close Excel, and now I'm going to go in to the file, go back to the desktop, address file load 1. And then it's going to give me the option to name the file and set an email where it's going to be sent. The file is now loading. You'll get an initial email when the match has begun, but then you also get an email stating when the match has completed. Now it's saying how many rows were in here, so 7,781 total rows, 7,781 matched rows, and it shows you all of the different matches that took place within the database itself. And so now what we're going to do, now that we've matched all these individuals, so it just gives you an idea of how many rows it actually matched. It looks like it was everything here, but it also is going to give you the ability to now see the data within the platform. So I'm going to go to data mapping, go to the bottom here, go to private data, click on the plus sign. Now, when you click on the plus sign, this is initially going to allow you to load the data based on a file. So within this private data branch, you can load L2 IDs or state voter ID files directly in. And this is true of the consumer data set or the automotive data set. As long as you have the unique identifier for that data set, you can load it in with private branches, other data information, etc. In this case, we're going to use a previously matched file, which is the address data. In this case, you can see there's our address file load. Click on it, click proceed, and it's going to add it now as a private branch. There's only one field selected, which are the individual values, just to say whether it's matched or not. I'm going to keep it. If the file is particularly large, you might want to close this window and wait for the email notification that it's been loaded. In this case, we didn't have to, so what we're going to do is just close this. And you can now open this up, and then these are all the individuals which ended up matching back to this file. And they all appear to be within one given area. And so there were, in some cases, multiple addresses or multiple individuals who matched back those records, but you can now see those loaded within data mapping. And that's all using the match name and address, address only match in the platform.